Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Commander review. We're in the Mirage set now, and we're talking about Hakim Loreweaver, who is a legendary human wizard that costs 3 generic and 2 blue mana. It is a 2/4 with flying and 2 abilities. For 2 blue mana, return target aura card from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to Hakim Loreweaver. Activate only during your upkeep, and only if Hakim isn't enchanted. Then, for blue and tapping Hakim, destroy all auras attached to Hakim. Now there is an interesting trick you can do with the first ability, and I'll go over the rulings before I go over that clarifying trick you can do. So, you only check if he has no auras activating the ability. You can use the ability multiple times in response to each other to get multiple auras on him this way. That is the trick right there. As long as you keep activating the ability at instant speed before any of the enchantments attach themselves to Hakim, you can do that as many times as you have the mana for. So you can fill your graveyard with enchantments, get a bunch of them into play using that first ability. If you pick an aura that can't legally enchant this card, then the aura stays in the graveyard. Pretty common sense ruling right there. Obviously, you're not going to be able to enchant him with a curse that says enchant player, or with enchant land enchantment, or an enchant artifact enchantment, stuff like that. So make sure that the enchantment can legally target a creature. One of the cards that I thought was cool is Arcanum Wings. It's not very often you get to see a whole lot of just like Enchantress that's like just blue. Enchantress is very common in like Selesnya. It's very common in Bant, which does have blue. Arcanum Wings is great in a Bant enchantment deck. But at least as far as I'm aware, outside of Bant and like Grixis, I haven't seen a lot of enchantment decks that have blue in them. So let me know if there's like something I'm missing. I'm sure there's a commander out there that specifically wants enchantments that has blue, but is not Grixis or Bant, and I'm like totally missing it. Maybe there's a Sultai one. Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, any aura themed deck that has blue, I think should have Arcanum Wings. I think this is a really great card. That's the wrong direction. Alright, the deck that I have Hakim Loreweaver in is kind of a wacky one. Hakim was not the original commander that I built this deck around. It is kind of like a Hate Bears control deck, where I'm wanting to counter things that aren't blue. I want to bounce things off the field that are red or green. Controlling the color pie of the table. But some of that is I'm going to want to steal my opponent's commanders and stuff like that. So Crown of Ages is great because I can use like Corrupted Conscience or other like thieving enchantments to like move the theft around and kind of control the board. Combat Research is great just because it can give Hakim ward, so that's a great way to just protect him at all times. A popular deck idea on EDH Rec is an Enchantress, Enchantment Matters deck in mono blue. Specifically auras, of course. And this deck is all about putting as many enchantments on Hakim as possible and really just going for commander damage. So there's some great cards here. Nerd Rage just recently came out in the Fallout set, so you can have a lot of fun with this deck. And it's mono blue enchantments. Again, Hakim obviously like is the only one that's really known for mono blue enchantments, but like that's still, to me, mono blue auras, mono blue enchantments, that's not really something that like I've ever seen a lot of people play or talk about. So such a unique build, and I love that. I love bringing unique concepts and ideas to the table, which a weird one, going along the lines of this enchanting Hakim over and over again, is kind of like an aristocrat build of enchantress, like enchantment aristocrats, where you're wanting to put your enchantments into the graveyard, and then you want to be recurring them to the battlefield over and over to get value from them. So like Fool's Demise, you want to do something where like your opponent's creatures are being stolen by Fool's Demise, and then you're getting Fool's Demise back with Hakim for very cheap amount of mana, and then you can like move the enchantment around. Astral Wingspan and other enchantments that have little ETB effects of like drawing cards and stuff like that are great ways of like, hey, when this creature dies or when you destroy all the enchantments with Hakim at someone's end step, then before, you know, on your upkeep, you can reanimate all those enchantments, draw a bunch of cards, get a lot of value. And then have things like Sage of Mysteries, where it cares about enchantments entering the battlefield, and you get these cool effects. So this deck, from what I remember looking up for this preview here that you guys are seeing, this deck idea doesn't fully exist yet. If I remember correctly, there's just not quite enough of that, like, recursion ETB synergy with enchantments specifically in blue, like auras specifically. But this game is not going to be going down anytime soon as far as I can tell, so I will not be surprised if we get power creep, more powerful blue auras in the game, in the commander format, where this aristocrat value engine aura enchantment deck can really come into existence. I think it would be a lot of fun. It would make for some very interesting games, and that is what I am all about in this game. So, very cool idea. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And that's going to do it for Hakim Loreweaver. Again, a lot of unique, not a lot. This is only the second commander in the Mirage set, but a very unique commander for a very unique archetype in this color pie. Very cool, and I would love to see some more support for mono blue auras, whether it be you're doing like the Voltron build, the weird aristocrat looping build, anything that comes to that matter, or even like a control meta where you're just playing control enchantments and then you're going to move those enchantments to your opponent's creatures to steal them. So those are the deck ideas for Hakim. Those are my thoughts on Hakim. Really cool commander. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below if there's anything I missed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!